she wouldn't allow me to. She didn't
Hmm.
want the utilities in her name
I
or
thought this
Kamal's
was
name.
fascinating.
So the light, gas, water bill are still in my name.
Ain't it weird that Tiffany likes to use things, but she don't like her name to be on nothing? She wants to use all the money in the village, all the money in the township, but she don't want her name on none of the credit cards. She want to live in this house. She want to boss the landlord around, but she refuses to have the bills, like the electric bill and the water bill and stuff, to be in her name. But if she gets you to do it and she don't pay, there you are stuck paying her bill and it won't affect her. This is just who she is. Hey yo, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments, let me know what you think about this. Now, this is going to be very interesting. A lot of stuff has kind of occurred since that last trial at a meeting, where they tried to have a meeting, but it didn't happen. Somebody who was there in the audience, and it was Tiffany's landlady. Tiffany Henyard's landlady was in the audience. She was there to serve some papers to Tiffany. But of course, she didn't get a chance to, because Tiffany probably seen her and shut that shit right on down. She usually, when a meeting's not going to happen, she'll take it as a time where she can talk about whatever stuff she got going on. But she didn't do that. And I think I know why. So we're going to listen to this little news clip. And then Jedediah, okay, from Investigate and Advocate, did an interview with said lady. Also, I thought it would be interesting to kind of delve into the part where she was talking about basically kind of getting the idea of what it's like to have Tiffany Henyard as a tenant. So welcome to Nightmare Fuel. Okay? Tiffany Henyard as a tenant. So let's hop on in and see what it's like, okay?
Happening tonight in the south suburbs, the woman who owns a Dalton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now she wants her out. NBC5's Regina Waldrop with the story.
We talked to Tiffany Henyard's landlord, and she says she came to this Thornton Township meeting Tuesday night hoping to get paid what she says she's owed.
We do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening.
With Thornton Township's board meeting canceled, Janetta Hull will have to find another way to serve an eviction notice to Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, also Dalton's mayor.
So now I have to pay a special process service in order to get them served, which is more fees for me.
Hull says she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. She says the last payment came in August. She filed eviction papers last month. She says she's now owed $5,000 in back rent plus late fees. She says the couple was a no-show for a Zoom hearing Tuesday morning.
The sheriff's been out here a few times to serve them. For a household that makes, over $350,000 a year, I'm asking for pennies.
Hull says she hasn't been able to gain access to the home or garage to do maintenance.
I gave them 48 hours notice. And then I also texted them about 15 minutes before I got here. So there's a code on the garage, and then there's locks on the front door that were changed.
In a statement, an attorney for Tiffany Henyard told NBC5 no comment at this time. Hull says she regrets renting to the couple.
I don't think the money is worth it. The cash up front is not worth it. I would have rather rented to someone who, is an honest person and goes to work every day and works hard.
This matter heads back to court next Tuesday at the Markham Courthouse. Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Regina, for always being there to bring us the tea. And we appreciate you. Okay, so now we are going to move on to Jedediah's interview with this woman. Okay, so we're going to delve into and kind of only really focus on just the idea, the concept in itself, okay, of having Tiffany Henyard as a tenant. Oh, Mama's glad. Mama's face is looking very glassy today. I love it. I love it. Love it. I changed my routine.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, you're welcome.
So I don't even know where to begin. I think I want to begin with I just read this for the first time. Didn't even know this. So you know them. 20 years.
I know the Henyard family. Yes.
You want to kind of walk us into what made you give her a place? Why does she need one? Any of that? She could stay with her mama. She lived down the street.
I don't know why she needed one. But essentially the house was not hers in the beginning. Like, I had a family that wanted to rent the home when I was moving out of it. And I had to tell that family right before the holidays. They had bought furniture apparently for the house. I had to tell them that they couldn't move in. They cursed me, which upset me because
Yeah, I think the curse stuck. I think that's Tiffany was the curse.
my family was like, yeah, you should do it. I think that, I think that she'll be reliable tenant and she should be able to pay her and him because, he's an affluent business professional. He owned several businesses.
That we're all under.
And I had known her family and I had no problems with the Henyard family. I had just met Tiffany though in 2017 when I moved to Dalton. But I've known her family since I was 15.
Her family. Wow. And so and obviously those are good reasons. Nobody could have imagined or expected any of this.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Okay, so you let her in, and when does things go bad?
From the start, honestly.
Ooh, at the start.
So when she moved in, she demanded that I buy her vertical blinds. And I said, no, I don't.
It's funny.
I said, I don't supply window treatments. And she says, well, for all of my properties, I do. And I said, but I don't. I said, that's not something that's supposed to be covered in the lease. She says, well,
hold on. Now that's hilarious. She said, I want some vertical blinds. Classy. It's classy, very classy of you. So she said, oh, I don't supply window treatments. You do that yourself. And Tiffany comes back with, well, I do in all my properties. Now, must I remind you, one of Tiffany's, I don't know how many properties she got, but I know of the one that has black mold. I'm sorry. Let me not disrespect the mold and not call it by its true name, black mold, okay? Termites, okay? And feces floating around inside of a water inside the basement. This is what she got going on in her properties that she rents out. But you know what? She be making sure they be having the window blinds though, and that's what really matters. Tiffany, you funny. You funny girl.
I would like some blinds. So I bought the regular, $6 Home Depot blinds and dropped them off over at the house. And she says, no, I want vertical blinds. And being someone that I feel like I'm kind of stylish, right? I think that my houses are decorated nicely. I'm like, no one even uses vertical blinds anymore. You should put window treatments up, but okay, whatever. She was like, well, I'll leave them with the house when I leave. And I'm like, okay. So that was the first thing. And then she said, okay, well, I don't like the color of the bedroom. I said, okay, well, paint it and then paint it back to the color it is. And she says, no, I want you to paint it.
Sounds just about right. Nightmare fuel. When I say, just imagine having Tiffany Henyard, the way that she functions, the way that she is as a tenant. Now, I've said this before. The way that she is as a mayor is the way that she is as a person. This is why I said, I'm sure her family don't fucking like her. I don't care if they tolerate her or not. There's no way in the world that these people enjoy her fucking company. There's no fucking way. She is the same way. You don't just become like that. That's who you fucking are. Okay. So she's just like this as a tenant. Check this out.
So $400 later, I paid someone to paint the master bedroom. So I'm thinking she just moves in and she's just demanding things. So that's when I knew that it was going to be a long journey between us.
Oh my God. And I've heard this so many times. People know this from day one. People say when she first became mayor, when she first became supervisor, when she first was this, like, automatically this is not going to be as dreamful as you want it to be. So you saying if they can make this right, they can avoid court and eviction by just paying the bill.
No, at this point, no.
Hell no.
I'd like them to move out.
Yeah, get out.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They might need a place to stay real soon.
If ever the window opens, you get the opportunity to get rid of a Tiffany, you better take that deal, okay? Giving Tiffany another chance is like, it's a curse in and of itself that you put upon yourself.
And you don't want the feds knocking down your door.
Hell no.
We know that. So,
right.
And that's me talking. The views and opinion of that last statement was Jetta and not of that Janetta. Okay, so my question, I guess now is, does that do anything for the
I was
relationships you
curious
guys, your
about this
families
too.
have fostered over the 20 years? How was that?
Yeah, because they're family, like their families are friends and stuff. So this is how Tiffany got her weasel her ass into this girl's place. Her family was like, "Oh, come on, she just need a house, you know." She's trying to run for mayor, and she can't do that if she got her mama's address on there. It's going to look a certain way, which now she does anyway. She did that anyway. She ended up doing that anyway. So what does she need this other address for? Her mom probably got sick of her bringing that woman's husband at her to her house. I mean, if I had to guess, that would be my guess.
Being affected by all of it.
So I don't speak to them on a daily basis, the Henyards.
Okay.
So it's not like
The Henyards. Sounds like a horror movie. Go ahead.
them on a daily basis, but they know how she is. I mean, one of her cousins called me back in December of 22 when we fell out about the rent. She's like, "Janetta, what's going on?" And I said, "Girl, that's your cousin." This had a conversation with. I said, "That's your cousin," and I said, "They not paying the rent because of the furnace." And she was like, she called mom, you know how it go when somebody calling you. Well, she called and said that you did X, Y, and Z. I said, if she pay me, we won't have no problems.
Wow.
So I don't think the family relationships will change. I mean, I'm sure they saw me on the news, and I know they know that I'm a very private person, and I wouldn't do it unless I had to.
I'm gonna tell you, I know why she don't like this girl. I know why Tiffany is such a dick to this girl, because this girl's hair is like what Tiffany's wig used to be like when it was new. And I mean, now it's like fucked up her wig, but this girl's actual hair functions the way that Tiffany likes her wigs to. You know, they move. When you turn your head, the hair don't just follow you like this. You know, it move. It got movement. That's why she hating on you, girl. That's why she hating on you. Cause you proof that she don't have to wear a fucking wig. She's just too lazy to do her own goddamn hair. That's what that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. And I wonder what Tiffany's hairline looks like now that I think about it. Usually when people don't ever want to take their wig off, it's because like their hairline be like where my bun is at. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that.
It's so crazy to me. Like the effect of this on these are these are real relationships that should be valued. Did you give her a background check, credit check, or any of that when you moved her in?
I didn't.
Cause you were showing love.
What's crazy is when she filled out the application,
Ooh.
she just put mayor on it for employment. She just put mayor. Mayor of what?
Just mayor. She just put mayor. Tiffany is really just kind of living her own personal dream. She's like, I am the mayor. I wonder if she put the. Did she put mayor? Did she put the mayor? She's so funny.
Mayor is what she put.
Mayor, not even Mayor Tiffany. Not even Mayor.
Not even her name. She didn't put her name. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Okay.
I wish Jedediah thought to be like, hey, you got any pictures of her from like old family photos that she happened to be in or something? I kind of curious to know. I'm curious.
I mean, it is what it is. People do things. That's gonna be her karma. I mean, my karma is gonna come from me being patient, from me being a good person, from me sacrificing. Right at this point, I can't deal with what God has for her.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You got to think like what she's not paying, what Tiffany isn't paying. This house is probably still has a mortgage on it. This lady is paying the mortgage on it, and then she rents it out, right? So if Tiffany's not paying her rent, then this lady is paying a mortgage to the bank for a place that she's not in, can't stay in, and now even worse don't have access to, because when she tries to go in even just to fix something that needs to be fixed or whatever, and schedules it and everything, Tiffany turns her fucking alarm on and has and calls the police on her and say that she's trespassing. This is what Tiffany do.
You rented somebody that you thought was cool a property, and it just didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. You've tried before. Question: I heard, I don't know, you know how people, once it's out, it's out. Did she mention that the paparazzi was after her?
I don't know if she said that or not.
Oh, okay. All right. I heard that. I thought it was super funny.
Yeah, she did say that. I remember Tiffany talking about the paparazzi. She does like to feel famous. She likes to think that she's famous for sure.
Okay.
Uh,
So, did you do a forwarding address? Like, did she do a forwarding address? Maybe you can find her that way.
so she never got mail there.
Makes
I
sense.
I still get mail there. She doesn't get any mail there that I know of, unless she goes in the box and gets it before I get there. I don't know.
Right. Question about you said the utilities are in your name. You want to expound on that a little bit more?
She wouldn't allow me to. She didn't
Hmm.
want the utilities in her name
I
or
thought this
Kamal's
was
name.
fascinating.
So the light, gas, water bill are still in my name.
That makes sense.
Ain't it weird that Tiffany likes to use things, but she don't like her name to be on nothing? She wants to use all the money in the village, all the money in the township, but she don't want her name on none of the credit cards, right? She want to live in this house. She want to boss the landlord around, do this for me, make it look like this, make it look like that. But she refuses to have the bills, like the electric bill and the water bill and stuff, to be in her name. You know, that automatically should be a sign that this person isn't going to pay these bills. Because they know that they already know before anything, nothing's happened, nothing's gone wrong. But she's already saying, I don't want it in my name. Because she already knows, but what she's going to do is say, this is wrong and this is wrong. So I'm not paying that bill. I'm not paying that electric bill. I'm not paying that. And she knows it's going to affect her if it's in her name. But if she gets you to do it and she don't pay, there you are stuck paying her bill and it won't affect her. Same fucking same. So she's the same in her personal life as she is like this. Like this is just who she is.
This is my first time being in eviction court, but I know that it's normally a process. She has a lawyer, I'm assuming. She's not going to come and do pro se like I'm doing.
Mhm.
And they're going to probably try to drag it out and say, oh, we need this document, we need that document. I know that one of the news stations was reporting that the lawyer stated that they don't have any record of back rent. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
but
do you
don't
have
take
record
take
that?
that with a grain of salt because also the Tribune ran this morning that same lawyer stated that his name is Bo Brantley in the Tribune this morning. That lawyer stated that he is not representing Tiffany Henyard on any cases. So, and that's the same lawyer who put that statement out.
Okay, so
So
A
there
I
little
you
mean,
go.
tea.
maybe.
They exactly. So this is Tiffany. She has these people send all these things. It's basically to scare everybody. She had him say that so to scare her into thinking, oh, she's got this lawyer and he says, that there's all this stuff and she's, it's not gonna work out for her and she better leave you alone, Tiffany. That and that ain't even her lawyer for that. You can tell she's got a billion different people. Like I think every time she runs into a lawyer, she says, "Hey, you want a little bit of clout? Come and stand next to me and just answer like 2 questions. Okay, you'll get unlimited clout, and then you could just disappear the next day." All my lawyers do this, This woman has never been into eviction court. She's never had to deal with this before. Her first bit of trauma is coming from a Tiffany. Okay, they say swords are something about iron or whatever. Okay, you're gonna be made of steel, hon. You're gonna be made of steel. All right, this is what it's gonna be. If she makes it past this, like if she gets past this and isn't completely soured from the real estate, business, and don't ever want to, like, she just want to sell her property and just be done with it because she don't ever want to do that again. If that doesn't happen to her, she will be made of steel after this, because this is like the worst case scenario for the first time something like this happens to you, for it to be a fucking Tiffany, for it to be a Tiffany. Yeah, you are being tested, honeypot. Okay, I thought it would be fun to just delve into the idea, the concept, if you will, of what it would be like with Tiffany as a tenant. Nightmare fuel. Shiver me timbers, okay? Woo. If today it doesn't go well for you and you start feeling down about yourself, okay, I want you to do me a favor. All right, do yourself a favor. Just imagine you could be the landlord of a tiff. There's perspective, okay? Mama love you. Yes, she do. Oh, peace.